We're gonna take you back to the past. Okay, here we are. It had to happen sooner or later. I've been looking forward to this forever. And it has only grown older in the meantime. So this was my first RPG as best as I can remember, which is to say, game that is like a thing that people would commonly call an RPG that itself has like dialogue choices and like storytelling choices and so on. Before this, I probably had already played... I may have already played Advance Wars and Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy X and Golden Sun by now. But those are old JRPGs, or Advance Wars is not even really in the right category. Anyway, so this is not a completely blind playthrough because I played a big old chunk of this game, but I actually never finished it. I played, unfortunately, enough to know about like some of the really important plot points, which I'm going to not spoil. But I know a few of them, but like, boy, do I not remember like what planets you go to and like all the individual like quests and like through lines of those storylines. So those parts are all gonna be blind, and I struggle to even tell you who all the party members were. I took a glance at the list and I'm like, oh wow, I was gonna open this video with like a man, I can just fucking just list them all out, no problem, because they're burned into my brain. And then I saw a few more on the list than I thought there were. I'm like, oh, I don't remember who they all are, actually, apparently. So there's that. So it'll be the majority of this experience will be another blind playthrough like they usually are. But there's definitely going to be times along the way where there's things that I still know from before. But I've never beaten this game because there's a tragic backstory here. Because I got to the part where you get the really big plot reveal that's like one of the bigger, it's probably the biggest one in the game. And then like I do a turret section and then I'm talking to Karth. And then it just sits there. Like you're in dialogue, but instead of playing more dialogue, he's just staring at me doing his idle animation, and you can't, no buttons make it go forward, you can't skip the dialogue. It just is failing to load the next dialogue forever. And I would reload the game, I returned the game and tried it again with another copy of the game. I just did whatever a little 13-year-old me could do to try to solve this problem, and that was it. Nope, KOTOR playthrough over. I went and I then went on to like beat KOTOR 2 and Jade Empire and the Mass Effect trilogy and the Dragon Age trilogy, and that catches you up to like where we are now and everything. But like, yeah, my first BioWare game, which was my favorite company for a long time, and my first RPG in general, or Western RPG, or whatever you want to call it. I've never beaten it, so I want to do that now. And hopefully I won't encounter that bug again, but if I do, then hopefully my big adult brain and a lot of staggered saves will be able to like troubleshoot it this time around, and I'll defeat it at long last after 17 years of plaguing my life or whatever, like that one Darth or whatever, the wise one. Anyway, why am I playing on console? So I originally played this game on Xbox, so this is actually the same version I played as a kid, but it's the original Xbox version being emulated onto like Xbox One. The reason for that is I tried playing my Steam copy and I tried using mods to make it 1080p and so on, but the solutions that make it 1080p are now so old that they themselves are outdated. And like all these, every guide I could find about how to make the game look better on PC were all referring back to the same tools, and that tool doesn't work anymore. And I spent hours today trying to get this game to work on PC and be in the proper resolution and be 16:9 and so on, and also just to record in general, because it keeps doing this thing during cutscenes where it like plays a video that's outside of the game itself and outside of its engine, which is a common thing for older games, and that would break the recording, and so that stuff wouldn't record, and it would you just get that like scrolling background of my that shows on my OBS when it's not recording something. So like trying to get this to work on a PC was a disaster, and I couldn't get it to look any better than it's gonna look on console anyway. So I guess I figured, fuck it, I'll just play this like 4x3 console version, because at least it'll work, and I won't encounter all these other problems I've been having. So let's go ahead and start. Sorry about the long preamble, but you know, context and all that. Oh my god. How you doing, Malik? Just having a normal one, huh? This is distressingly nostalgic. Normal, difficult, easy. I don't have any reason to think that it's wise to change the difficulty necessarily, so I think I'm gonna go with the expected playthrough experience. I'll just go ahead and invert the y-axis real quick. There you go. Yes, subtitleable. There's also one of the upsides of playing this game in its original resolution is the subtitles stay nice and chunky and like easy to read for the audience and all that. Whenever you see somebody playing with HD mods, the text becomes incredibly small. But like having a big chunky letterbox with big blue text everywhere for during all the conversations is like what KOTOR looks like in my memory and in my my brain and all that. So like it just feels weird to like get rid of that. Okay. So the game will auto pause when a party member dies or you suddenly spot an enemy, which is like the usual stuff for this kind of game. That all makes sense. I'm just gonna pump up those volumes real quick so we can clearly hear the voice actors, hopefully. Alright. So we have 3 classes to pick from. And it's shown as 6 because there's also 2 genders. Alright, so... Oh yeah, when I played the game the first time, I played with that guy's face. That's definitely the face I had. And hair, generally speaking. Alright. So we have the Scoundrel, a skillful rogue that gets by stealth and guile. The Scout. Explore at home on the fringes of space. Soldiers, all combat. Obviously, always the least interesting option, just like in Mass Effect, is to be all soldiery. Thing is, I'm probably gonna go with Scoundrel, which is what I always default to in a lot of these games, especially when the usual other mechanics like the availability of spellcasting and stuff like that is less of a thing in the class choice. Because you get stealth, you get like security, hacking powers, you get persuasion, which is the golden bullet of these kinds of games. Is I wanna be able to persuade my way through problems. So probably that dude. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I did originally. Let's customize him. Oh wow, yeah, that's the level of customization we had. You just picked a head, just an entire head from scratch. I forgot. That's all it was. There was no like hair versus face combination. You just picked the entire character from scratch. I'm gonna end up playing the exact same goddamn character from when I was a kid, huh? I mean, I guess that makes it nostalgic. I don't like that guy. Yeah. Because by default, I'd want some hair. And that pretty much narrows me down to like a couple of characters. This guy's to every protagonist ever-y. So probably that guy. The same guy from when I was a kid. Why not? Attributes. The attributes of your character apply bonuses or penalties to everything from combat to skill checks to force powers. Check every attribute to see what aspects of the gameplay it can affect. Gameplay. I'm not used to seeing it as 2 words. So speaking of me not remembering shit, definitely don't remember any special tricks about how to best upgrade my character and so on. What is recommended? I'm a little surprised to see that you can actually just like customize them from scratch. I thought your class would affect your stats, but I guess it just affects your recommended stats most likely. Alright, so strength measures the physical power. High strength adds modifiers to melee damage and chance to hit, which is important for characters that use up-close weapons, which would be kind of a focus. Dexterity measures agility and reflexes. Ranged attack rolls and increases a character's defense rating, making them harder to hit. So that's the main appeal for wanting that, is it gives you evasiveness, which means you're getting hit less. Constitution, health and resiliency. A high constitution adds modifiers to the vitality points gained at each level up. This is important for everyone, but essential for soldiers and Jedi Guardians. Intelligence represents knowledge and reasoning. A high intelligence modifier adds the number of points the character has to spend on essential skills. I want skills. Wisdom represents willpower and perception. High wisdom modifiers affects Jedi Force points and Force power saving throws. The Force powers of a Jedi with high wisdom are also much harder to resist. So spellcasting powers are useful. Charisma represents personality and the ability to lead. A high charisma adds modifiers to Force-related feats and powers that are very important to all Jedi classes. It is also central to being a persuasive talker. So I think I want intelligence and charisma, so that makes sense. And like, yeah, Force powers make sense. I might reduce my dexterity a bit to get some more strength, though. And maybe even some con. I don't know. Being well-rounded might be a mistake, but I feel like it might pay off. I go 2 more in there. So, let's see. Oh yeah, D&D rules. So, at 10 and 11, you have a modifier of 0. At 12, you get a modifier of 1. And then at 14, you have a modifier of 2. And I believe when I was up here at 16, I had a modifier of 3. Yeah, you can't do 1-to-1 here. The thing is, going past a certain point, the cost per point keeps going up. So the higher your stat goes, the more expensive the stat gets. At the same time, this outcome of me having like 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, it really is just alternating. That is kind of a somewhat boring character build, isn't it? Maybe I'll go back to the default strength. I mean, defense rating doesn't hurt. Yeah, because they had me down here. That's the thing, getting all the way up to 16 dexterity tanks your strength and constitution scores. I might have to just accept that, though. Yeah. So I want to have skill points to spend, and I want to have some force powers and things like that, and like talking is a bit of my focus. If anything, I might boost that. I guess give myself the ability to kind of hit the next, like, milestone next time I level up or something. Because I should be able to get more points over time, I think. We'll see. I'm sure I'm making a mistake already. Each of your character's skills has a number associated with it. This is the skill rank and determines how good the character is with that skill. When you use a skill to perform an action, the rank is compared against a difficulty check. So this is very D&D. Yeah. So you have your skills have DCs, and that affects whether or not things can perform well. So it's your enemy's thing versus your thing versus like the device or lock or whatever you're interacting with. Computer use allows you to slice computer programs using diagnosable logic RAMs called computer spikes. A character might disable gun turrets or flood a patrol area with more complicated tasks requiring more spikes. A high rank in this skill reduces the number of spikes required by 1 to a minimum of 1 for every 4 points total. Let's see, I'm going to scan these a little faster. Demolitions can be used to set, recover, and disarm mines. Stealth governs the use of camouflage devices to enter stealth mode. Awareness governs the ability of the character to spot hidden objects or enemies hidden by stealth. So it's the other side of that coin. Persuade, obviously the main stat. Only the main player can select this during level up, so all the more reason to have it. But it's good to get special dialogue and so on. Repair lets you repair mechanical stuff. Security lets you go hacking like a proper scoundrel. Treat injury lets you recover things, lets you heal, and so on. Yep. So anything involving stats I haven't leveled up are going to be disappointing because I'm going to be worse at them. So dexterity is stealth. And that's it. Alright. That's one of the reasons to level up my intelligence. Is not only does it give me more points to spend, but it also affects some of these stats. Because intelligence affects computer use, demolitions, repair, and treat injury. No, sorry. Made that up. Lies. I'm full of lies. Let's start poking away at these and I'll kind of see when I come... Oh. Cross-class skills can have a maximum skill rank of 2. Current level plus 3 divided by 2. That's the next... Okay. So my class skills are... Security, Persuade, Awareness, Stealth, Demolition. So I have a lot of skills, but like a lot of skills actually, but these 3 are off limits. Treat injury, repair, and computer use are never going to be that good because they're capped at a lower point. So I can take them, but you would hope that an ally of yours would ultimately fill in that hole and make you better off there. Class skills can have a maximum skill rank of 4. Current level plus 3. Okay. So I do have a cap right now. What if I just go all in? Will I even run out of points? I don't run out of points. Okay, so I can just max out all of my class skills right now. I guess I'll take it. Sure. Computer use, I guess? No, treat injury. The ability to heal yourself is kind of like a universal thing I should probably go with. Yeah, okay, and that's also what's going on, is all of your cross-class skills on top of having a lower cap cost 2 points. So all the more reason to really pour into my things that my character can focus on. Okay. Feats. Some feats allow you to use special items like heavy armor or implants. Other feats modify saving throws and skill checks during the game. Some feats, like power attack, are used during combat. Check the description for details on a specific feat. Okay. So we start off with light armor proficiency and critical strike, because we're not the tanky class. 2-weapon fighting is always a thing I like to have, so I'll probably go straight for that because it makes me feel cool to have 2 lightsabers or swords or whatever. We can get higher and higher ranked armor. There's prerequisites for these things, but only some of them. I can go straight to heavy armor if I want to after a few feats. But I need to be level 4 and 8 to get these better versions of 2-weapon fighting. Because 2-weapon fighting does default to a reduced hit chance, right? Yeah, your hit roll is reduced to penalize your cool factor by making you actually kind of lame and probably not that effective. These are bonuses to demolitions and stealth. So there's feats that just increase your stats further beyond the caps that you're currently limited to at your level. Critical strike doubles the crit threat range of melee attacks. Yes. I love having this in D&D too. Because you normally roll a d20, so if you can make it a 19 to 20, then suddenly you have twice as much crit. And if you have a 17 to 20, that means that you crit if you roll a 17, 18, 19, or 20, which is like a 20% crit chance, which is a lot of critting. But I can't level that up now. I start off with the first rank and we're staying there. This one gives Persuade, Awareness, and Treat Injury, which are all skills I have. And these are also all skills I have. But this one has Persuade specifically, making us all the better at that. Flurry is yeah. You take a defense hit, but you do like a rapid crazy attack. You get to do extra melee attacks. And the higher you level it up, the weaker the penalties get. I always liked this, because it's more of the hype, rapid fire, fast, aggressive fighting style, because you want to be a cool Jedi, especially when you're 13 when I was playing the game. Bonuses to repair, security, and computer use. +1 to all saving throws because of your incredible physical condition. That's not bad to have either. Implant level 1 lets you install implants on your character. Scouts get that one for free, but I'm not a scout. And you get level 1, 2, and 3 implants. It's basically an extra equipment slot. Power attack. Do more damage, but have reduced chance of hitting. So hope for the best there. You might do bonus damage, but you might throw the entire attack away. And there's Power Blast, which is the gun version. And then there's Rapid Shot, which is the gun version of Flurry from up there. Sniper Shot. Doubles the crit threat range of attacks, which is, wow. This crossed with, the Critical Strike is actually very powerful, potentially. And this is extra ranged weapon attack. Does this say ranged? Doubles the crit threat range of range attacks. Which is a little disappointing. So I'm probably not going to focus on ranged ultimately. Yep. We can currently use blasters. You could really, by the way, recognize Mass Effect's skill tree systems a little bit here in certain ways. We have blaster pistol, blaster rifle. I can't use heavy repeaters. This is melee weapon proficiency, which I get myself a bonus with. Should not be the worst choice. Sneak attack gives you more damage when the enemy can't respond. It's applied when attacks are made from behind, attacks on stunned or mobilized targets, and while in stealth mode. So if I can have any kind of crowd control, I get a bonus. 1 extra health per level up. It's actually a lot of feats, and no indication of a scroll bar, so I have no idea how far we are. Scoundrels have a knack for getting in trouble, but also to compensate, they also possess incredible instincts for survival. So +2 defense. That'll make up for my other weaknesses, I guess, for a bit. Dueling. Character that focus on using a single one-handed weapon in battle gains +1 to attack and +1 to defense. So you can make yourself stronger, but you only have 1 weapon. Which I don't know if I can bring. I don't know if I can bring my heart to accept having only 1 weapon when I could have 2 weapons and be the raddest dude. I don't know if I can accept that, man. But I might just start with this. I might just start with melee weapon focus. Just a really nice, boring, +1 chance to hit with all of my melee attacks for the entire game. That might be the smartest, safest choice. Because, like, I kind of want to rely on these crits going off. And I think if I go with 2-weapon fighting at a low level, the penalty to my chance of hitting is going to be so significant that I'm just going to suffer all the time. So let's go ahead and do this. Nope. You press X to select your feat, then A to continue. There we go. Name, Trick Chan. Alright. International. Oh, right. More keyboard. Random. Garncon. Dirkcast. Furk Crowl. Jondo Santil. Galaxinus. Radic Bell. Trif Dakari. I almost read that as Kanye West for a second there. Dane Cost. Dane Cast. Gail Avery. Gail Avery is actually a pretty alright name. Gail Avery. Trico Tora. Berkstari. Hondo Cost. I'm gonna spend a long time on this, aren't I? Oh god, why don't I ever prepare names in advance like I should? That's like the smart thing to do. There we go. Varlo Thule. That sounds like a Star Wars name to me. Alright, here's our disaster. I've probably already made critical mistakes that will then have ramifications for the rest of the playthrough. Let's go!
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
The Endar Spire?
Did you fall out of your bunk and hit your head? The Endar Spire is the ship we're stationed on. This ship. You probably don't even know who I am, do you? I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic Fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
This guy's the goddamn patron saint of exposition. Just coming out and just explaining everything, like, down to like explaining why I don't know who he is and don't know where I am and everything. He's very giving and forgiving. Who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know all about your reputation, how you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. And I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet. And Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
You can totally see his, like... You can see the template here, him, like, name-dropping your backstory you chose in character creation, like they would in Mass Effect later, but he's doing it right after he just said why I don't know who he is and I've never seen him before. I guess I have a reputation and he knows my reputation, even though we've never met. But he came straight for me in this emergency. Okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
I'll just assume I understand what a quest is. That is a very slow rotation speed. Alright. Stealth field generator, computer spike, security spike, blaster pistol, short sword, clothing, two med packs. That's an everything right there. It's like all the basics right there. Probably don't need to read this one. Okay, let's put some clothing on. Probably be a nice start. Yeah, there's my implant slot that I have to unlock with a feat if you want to have one. Both of your weapons start off with doing... Yeah. They both start off with 1 to 6 damage, so you can pick whichever one you want, but... Yeah. One thing I would kind of say is a bit of a downside in this game is there's just kind of a... There's a certain incentive to be a melee character. I'll leave it at that. This is just... Oh, my entire party inventory. There you go. I guess these are blue because they're equipped. No, they're not equipped, obviously. Light side versus dark side. I don't remember if this game is like some other morality system meter games from back in the day where you needed a certain morality in order to get certain abilities. I'm undecided. I don't know if I'm going to go pure light side, like, committedly, although you might need to for build reasons or something. But instead, I think I found that I had the most fun playing Mass Effect when I kind of just did whatever choice I felt like at the moment and kind of oscillated a little bit, which would lead to like a situation where in Mass Effect's case at least, I'd fill out the entire light side meter, the Paragon meter, but I'd have like that Renegade meter would be like 25% full, which this isn't the same thing. This is a tug of war, so all progress towards one is negative progress towards the other. These are all my skills. This is all the previous dialogue, current quests, the map, and save and load. Decently fast too. There we go. Alright. I got my weapon. Anything else around here?
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Ah, yes, the first character you meet in a BioWare RPG, well known for their survivability. In most areas, you can use the party selection screen to quickly switch party members in and out as you need them. Ah, without having to go back to your base. That's different. That's not how most RPGs work these days. Items stay on those characters. Alright, well,
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Alright, so, boop, yep, press the bumper to switch to him. Then unlock the door.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
This is some intense tutorialing. There you go, alright. Oh, what? Yeah. What?
Sure.
Ooh, I think, oh right, this controller.
This is Carthel Nassi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
This guy is... He loves explaining things, like more than life itself, as it turns out. Like, it's his favorite thing to do is explain things. He'll never stop until the day he dies.
That door's locked, and I don't have the codes to open it. You'll have to use your security skill on it if we want to get past.
This guy's fucking hilarious. Security.
No problem.
No problem.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
Oh my god. Sorry, I just had one of those intensely nostalgic moments where a weird sound clip you've heard from a long time ago comes back. You're like, oh, the weird human death noise. Alright, so I spotted a guy, so it auto-paused, because that's one of the default settings right now. I can queue up attacks, like critical strike and not critical strike. That's pretty much the moves I have. Alright. Pressing X performs them. X adds them to your stack, so you can queue up attacks, yeah. So that little bottom right corner there next to my health bar is my queued up actions. So I've queued up critical strike so that he'll do it over and over again.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Is it though? I don't know, man. I feel like I could take a little more damage first. Like just a little more damage. Can I use med? I don't remember if I can use them outside of combat. He's here to just sort of generally tutorialize. This is the... Okay, it eventually spins enough. I was a little taken aback by how slowly the screen was rotating. They get a shot off before the fight even starts. That just seems rude. Wait. Okay, the triggers change your targets. I was like, come on. Bumpers change characters. So like, what changes your targets? Okay, so... No, I've done that before. I get it. No, not dialogue. Fighting. Yes. Time for fighting, do. Oops.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Please attack. There we go. Oh my god, his poor AI is dead. I wonder if there's a party member, like AI toggle I need to set, because dude was just staring at the enemy. I gotta be careful. Let's see. Ah, right. It says black, because black's referring to the black and white buttons that used to be on the original Xbox controller, which are now left and right bumper. So black refers to right bumper, white refers to left bumper. Scripts. There we go. Default behavior of each party member can be adjusted using the script screen. Remember when they used to have these in BioWare games until they just decided, eh. And then, like, in this game and Dragon Age, you could, like, set up your characters to do what you wanted them to do. But then you got to, like, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, where you could just manually command your party members, and that was about it. And then you get to Mass Effect Andromeda, where you have zero control over your party members, and you're just like, what the fuck, man? The default attack, Grenadier, throw grenades, or we'll use force powers. Okay, well I guess default attack's my only option here. It's not, this isn't as comprehensive, I guess, as Dragon Age would later be, where you could straight up like set up scripts like, when a party member drops below 30% health, use this ability. Or when a group of enemies are packed together, use this ability, and so on. Was this guy lootable too? No. Ah. So left bumper is now pause.
Sure.
Right bumper changes party members. You actually can't press left and right bumpers to change party members on the fly. That's like the thing that comes like intuitively, but that doesn't apply because of the fact that that they weren't bumpers originally. There we go. Oh wow, we're just drowning in healing items right now. That's a good place to be. Friendly fire. They must be Sith. There we go. So now I know how to stop pausing. Ruh-roh. That's a lot of guys. I should probably be concerned about this. I should at least focus fire. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm about to die. Let's see if I can maybe heal up.
Yes.
Fuck y'all! I'm outie. Oh no, it's locked. I need to use my security skill. Shit. I'm gonna die. Help. Oh, that's what they want me to do, right. Heal myself, and throw a grenade. Wait, guys, come back. I hit myself with the grenade. I thought I'd have time to run away once the grenade got thrown. But then they all ran away, so I didn't hit anyone. You know what? It's fine. I'm doing fine. This guy's... No, I don't want to turn solo mode on. I'm level 1. Oh, he's level 3. I was gonna say... Motherfucker! I have 6 vitality, he has 36. Holy shit. He's 6 of me in health. This should be illegal. You're the one that needs to be using a melee weapon, apparently. That's my mistake here. Holy crap. Is he not trained with swords? Is that the takeaway here? Did you guys give me a guy that can't use melee weapons? Like, this guy's using... I'm using a short sword. Can I use the long sword? This is 1 to 6, that's 1 to 12. Same critical threat range. As far as I can tell, it's just an upgrade. Yeah. Oh, you can use a short sword. Yeah, y'all get in there. There you go, you even have power attack. Yeah, I need you to attract their attention. You're clearly the ultra mega tank, and you need to take all the damage. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. That's the secret to winning this part of the game. Is acknowledge the fact that one of your party members is 2 levels higher than you, and probably soldier class. So he has like infinite durability. He'll never die. I say as he's majority dead already. Oh yeah, I remember this. You loot bodies one by one, but the bodies themselves, the console only could handle so many bodies at once, so they actually turn into just little belts on the floor. And so, if you don't loot them fast enough, or just there's too many enemies, they just turn into belts. Oh no, the poor man. And by man, I mean trash can droid. There you go. We're that low on med packs, huh? I feel like I should be concerned about that. Here, let's put you in front, because you're the one that's just so hard to kill. Oh, I don't think I can go through here. Ah. There's pretty clearly some lightsaber combat happening right behind that door. So we'll leave that to be somebody. Oh, no, it's happening here too.
It's a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, they could have used her help.
Oh, and now there's two people there. What an incredibly awkward, unfortunate death. Just, or this person just abruptly, completely gets destroyed. Hey, so you go over there. I'll hang it. I'll throw a grenade and stay back. I just hit you with that. Honestly, I thought I was gonna go off before you arrived. It's fine. It's fine. You can take it. You're level 1 billion. That's like a combination. That's definitely a combination of him being two levels higher, but also him being this tanky class. Is the sheer difference. But yeah, this game does D&D rules where like the moment you level up once, you've instantly doubled your health basically, because you roll a hit die every time you level, and so at level 1 you only have 1 hit die worth of health. It's actually really important to get yourself some levels real quick.
Yes?
I can go for the critical strikes.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
If I attack people from behind, I get my scoundrel bonus, so having him go tank mode and then sneaking in is probably the best call. Oh, those guys dead? I heard combat over here. Oh, I think they're done. Okay, cool. There's a few loot items here. They're all pretty generic, though, so we're pretty fine. Shit appears to be going down. Oh my god. You can see this entire ship is spinning as it plummets towards the planet. That's probably fine. We're fine. We're fine. Nothing gonna go bad here. I should probably level up. Never auto level up. You insane? Here we go. Okay, so always persuade and probably awareness and stealth. But really I could just sit here and level up all of my, yeah. Well, I have 5 points to spend on my 5 class abilities. That's pretty convenient. But yeah, awareness lets me detect traps and other bad things that you don't want to just walk into. Alright, so now I can go get my next skill here. I've got my weapon fighting. This lets me level up my scoundrel, but I need to be level 3 scoundrel. But sneak attack keeps increasing the amount of damage I can do when the enemy can't respond. But I want people to start, I need allies that can stun people, preferably. Would be nice. Vitality would not hurt. 1 more health per level. So I can always get it later and it'll stack up retroactively. Right now it'd only give me 1 health, which would be kind of disappointing overall for an entire point to spend. But crit strike can't be got until 4. Dare I just go for 2 weapon fighting? So what does duelist do exactly? +1 to defense and attack. I don't know, I might have to go with 1 weapon. Suppress my childlike obsession with being a cool double lightsaber boy. It's +1 attack. Yeah, you end up with 3 attack and 3 defense. Attack being, I think, your chance of hitting, not your damage. Which I don't think I even understood that as a kid. It just makes you more reliable and survivable. Whereas this makes it so that your main weapon has a -6 and your off weapon has a -10 to your hit chance, which is no, that's default. The normal penalties are -6, -10. They become -6, -6. So basically, this just makes your offhand go from a -10 to a -6, which is still pretty bad. This reduces by 2/2 again, so now your main and offhand weapons have -4 to hit. And this one makes it so your main and offhand weapons have -2 to hit. So by the time you get here, you're basically hitting for like 100%. It's almost 100% of your normal hit chance, which is pretty good. And then a balanced weapon can apparently completely undo that. But you need to be level 8 to really get there. So for a while, you'll be really bad at 2-weapon fighting. So it might be best to pick other stats along the way instead. I wish I had more of a plan. I don't have a huge plan for my build right now. Honestly, getting an implant wouldn't be the worst. Just a whole... yeah. Implant's just an entire equipment slot, even though I can't use it yet, because I need to get something to put in there. Wait, adrenal strength, do I have... is that an implant? No, it's single use. That's an item. Yeah. No implants yet, but we'll get there. But yeah, if I dual wield weapons right now, I'll have a monstrous penalty to both weapons' hit chance. Honestly, for now, I should use a blaster. Just because this guy's so tanky, he should definitely be in front all the time. Please. Tell me I gotta use the other guy's security skill. You have security skill, you liar.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Oh. Bye. Well, he died how he lived, facilitating my journey. This poor boy. Poor guy. That's the end of him. R.I.P.
This is Carthel Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
People are still saying this? People... There's a lot of fourth wall breaks in the tutorials. Alright, how do I use my stealth skill? I actually don't know the button for it.
First, make sure you have a stealth field generator equipped on your belt. You can't use your stealth skill without one. Then use the D-pad to cycle through your action menu and press the A button when you see stealth highlighted. The generator will wrap you in a cloaking effect so you can sneak past the Sith. Just be careful you don't get too close, or you might notice someone's there.
Oh, that's stealth right there. My bad. I didn't notice that. Wow, I'm really stealthed. Hope he doesn't notice me. Well, it's this tutorial. He probably doesn't notice anyone he uses stealth field. But I'm actually good at stealth, so I should be set. And now he's turned his back. Now it's easier than ever. Thanks for dying, friend, so I can go at it alone. I think I have to enter solo mode in order to stealth properly outside of this context. Although I might be able to stealth as just my guy. Then my teammates get caught, and then they start fighting, and then I sneak up behind them at that point. Stealth powers. Look at me. That's some hardcore stealthing right there. Computer slicing tutorial. Why not? Players can slice into computers and try to override or reprogram existing commands. Slicing a computer requires computer spikes. More complicated reprogramming requires more spikes. The number of spikes required varies depending on the computer skill of the character slicing the terminal. My computer's use skill is 2. Computer spikes, 1. I can use repair and repair parts to otherwise solve problems sometimes. Alright, review starboard transport module. That's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of dudes. I better like do something cool to get rid of that problem. If I have 5 spikes, I can overload the power conduit. I have 1 spike. Insufficient spikes, that's what I thought, yeah. Shit. Can I be better at the skill, please? Oh, if I had proper computer skills, I could just blow this thing up right now. But I don't. I better hope for the best. So none of these guys have noticed me. How about you, combat droid? Droid repair tutorial. Some droids in the game were disabled or damaged and can be repaired by the player. Fixing a droid in this manner requires repair parts. And it's based on your skill and so on. So I once again have a repair of 2, and I have 1 point. Let's reactivate this droid. Activate the droid shields, 4 repair parts. Engage the droids in patrol mode, 4 repair parts. So this will make him go out and shoot everybody. This one will make him undefeatable. I have 1 repair part. So fuck me. Did I miss them? Was I supposed to get repair parts around here? Maybe they're right here. Can I pick this? Can I open this in stealth mode? There we go. They expected me to fight those guys, at which point I would then have the parts I need here. Okay. So the droid is cool, but putting him in patrol mode and activating a shield is kind of expensive, so let's go in here and blow these guys up. Ow! I can just imagine them all making the exact same dying human. There it is. That's them all making the same dying human noise at the same time. Ow! There we go. No need for droid. Not unless it would patrol past this room. I think you're set if you do either. I think if you just repair the droid, or set it into patrol mode, and then leave it, I think he'll fight some of them, but I think he probably dies, but doesn't.
You've made it just in time. There's only 1 active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Who are you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left on the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
Hello, Karth. Karth? Why aren't we a party, Karth? This is the last escape pod and your only hope of survival.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Were you watching me sleep? Right. I'm Varlo Thule. By the way, how did we get here?
We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
The Sith?
Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. but I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Bastila. She's the one from the Endar Spire, right?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
If Bastila's a Jedi, she can probably look after herself.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers have mastered the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. I doubt anyone's specifically looking for us anymore. We're not that important. But if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how vital she is to the war effort. And Bastila's no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies.
Battle meditation, what's that?
Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. And often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. But there are limits to what she can do. From what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she probably never even had a chance to use her power. I'm guessing she barely got out alive, and now she's trapped here just as we are. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Taris, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
What an incredibly powerful ability that I think I've never heard of in any other context. But I haven't spent a lot of time in the extended universe in general. If it means getting off this planet, I guess I can help you find Bastila.
Good. We're gonna need to work together if we're gonna survive. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
I want to ask you some questions.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malak and the Sith?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
A Jedi? What do you mean?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
I want to ask you something else.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What can you tell me about this planet we're on?
Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers, but that was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls. Mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
I'd like to know more about you, Karth.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
This isn't the time for introductions in this entire episode of long introductions. Oh, we've reached your limit on exposition, huh? This is where it is? Alright, the sooner we start looking for Bastila, the sooner we find her. Let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
And here it begins. Alright, I'm excited. I'm excited. We're back in Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic. It's gonna be a long one, I think. This game's not quick, as far as I can remember. Yeah. Buckle in.